So there's a specific task of this group, and one of those is to look at the work of the group or the organisation.
Well, we could say in order to learn, in order to manage anxiety, or to become more effective in its work. But it has a purpose, and I think it's important to state that.
So with these work groups, can you use existing structures to set one up, or do you normally set up a new group?
I think it's both, probably, but it's setting up new groups which is essential. You can transform a committee, for instance, a regular a committee that meets regularly, and say, we're going to have some of our time now for reflection. Or you can create another group space for that to happen too. Depends on the context.
This is where the term reflecting can come being useful. It comes from the Latin reflectare. It means bending back upon yourself. One way is to have a specifically dedicated space where you can learn doing this kind of special bending, or you can create the conditions to be able to bend, or the group to be able to bend upon itself. But ultimately the purpose is to make it possible for people to use reflection or thinking, or whatever you call this activity of mind, or the different activities and modalities of thinking, that you make it possible to embed it in other contexts. So, for example, partly purpose can be to refresh existing groups and spaces, like what we call them operational meetings. You can introduce elements of reflection into those. They're not going to be purely reflective spaces or work groups dedicated to studying, but they will be benefiting from what often is forgotten or taken for granted.